In the previous lecture, we have learned the quick wins framework for cost reduction. Now let's adjust that for purchasing projects. So just as a reminder, in the cost reduction, we would look at the following matrix. We would have 2 dimensions. So how easy it is to implement and what is the potential savings cost reduction we can achieve. And here we would have big, small, easy, difficult. So if something was easy and big, it would be called cow savings. If it's difficult but still big, it would be elephant savings. And then difficult and small would be bats. And then chickens would be things which are easy and small. And obviously, as a first priority, we would do the cow savings, then elephants and chick savings. Bat savings is something which we would rather consider as a last resort. Now, in purchasing, the problem is that we don't only look at potential savings, but actually we have a second goal. So we want to generate also additional cash through things that actually don't cause a cost reduction. Therefore, we will adjust our matrix, and this is what we will get. So we keep the how easy it is to implement dimension. However, we modify the second dimension. So here, instead of having just potential savings, we add cash inflow we can achieve. So here we would have things which generate big potential savings or big cash inflow. And let's see how this would look like. So the first group, which is easy and generates big potential savings or big cash inflow, we call cow projects. Then we have elephant projects, and they are difficult but can generate big potential savings or big cash inflow. Similar to cost reduction, we've got chickens, so easy and generating small impact, and obviously bat projects, which are difficult and small. Now, the difference might not be visible in this form, so we will actually look at the framework in a little bit different form, so in the form of a decision 3. Obviously, the low-hanging fruits would be here, so the cow projects, so the projects which are easy and generate big potential savings or big cash inflow. Now, the difference between the cost reduction and purchasing quick win framework may not be visible well in this form, so we will present it in a little bit different manner in a form of a decision tree. And we're going to start with the quick wins cost reduction framework. So in the cost reduction, we had a 2 dimensions. So in the first one, it was whether it's difficult or easy. Then we would look at the potential savings and we would have a look whether it's big or small. If something was difficult and generated big potential savings, we would call them elephants. If something generated, on the other hand, small savings but it was difficult, it would be bad. And here we would have cow projects, so easy and big. And the final group, it's chicken, so easy and small. In the case of purchasing, as we said, we have this third dimension, so how much cash they generate. So if we add this to this decision tree, so here we would have 2 options again. So generating a lot of cash and not much for every option. Thanks to adding how much cash it can generate, we can obviously try to pinpoint which projects are interesting for us and how to set priorities. So as we said, if it's difficult, big, then it's elephant, and this is what we've got here. As you can see, it can be either big when it comes to potential savings or big in the sense of generating a lot of cash. So we can have a situation, for example, where a project would be not interesting from the cost reduction point of view because it doesn't generate big savings, but actually it generates huge one-off cash generation. A very good example of that, it's huge reduction in inventory in terms of cost. It will not have much impact, but in terms of cash generation, it will have a huge impact. And this will be this sort of a project, so elephant. The bats will be projects which are difficult and are not generating big savings, as well as they don't generate big cash impact. In a similar way, we can pinpoint now the cow projects here. So they would be easy in generating big potential savings or generating a lot of cash. And this is what we've got. And the last group is the chicken. So this is the project which is easy, small when it comes to potential savings, and not generating a lot of cash. Obviously, in the case of purchasing, our quick wins, so the first priority would be cow projects. So something which generates either big savings or big cash impact, and it's easy. So to sum up, for finding quick wins in purchasing, we use the previously shown framework for cost reduction. However, we add 1 dimension. So this is cash generation. And this helps us to pinpoint which things we should do as a first priority. Obviously, we should first consider cow projects, then elephants, chickens, and barns are the last resort.